Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell coming to you live from my YouTube channel, as I can see on my part series. The week that was college football season review, the 1978 college football season. This is week 3 for the games that will play on September 23rd, 1978. So let's get into it. We're going to start with Penn State, the number 3 team in the country. They beat University of Southern Methodist 26-21. So Nittany Lions of Penn State scored game's final 14 points to outlast SMU as quarterback Mike Ford had staked Mustangs to the 21-12 lead, with cornerback David Hill spicing up matters with 40-yard interception touchdown return for final SMU touchdown. Shaking off the interception, Penn State quarterback Chuck Facina led 2 late touchdown drives, 69 yards to 16-yard touchdown pass to Scott Fritzke, wide receiver, and 73 yards to fullback Matt Suey's 3-yard touchdown run. Kicker Matt Barr supplied all Penn State's first half scoring with 4 field goals. Ford was most impressive on Pony's second touchdown drop of 69 yards, going 3 for 3 for 52 yards, including a 12-yard touchdown to wide receiver Emmanuel Tolbert. Next, Maryland beat North Carolina 21-20. Next, Florida State, number 13 team in the country, beat Miami 31-21, forcing 6 turnovers. The Seminoles of Florida State held off the rivals of Miami Hurricanes with gutsy play, thanks to touchdowns by defensive tackle Mark Masak on blunt punt, wide receiver Jackie Flowers on 3-yard pass, quarterback Wally Woodham on 1-yard sneak. Florida State held a 24-21 lead in the fourth quarter. Save of game then belonged to cornerback Bobby Butler, who picked off Miami quarterback Mark Richt in FSU territory and returned ball to 40 yards. That allowed the Noles to add insurance touchdowns as fullback Mark Lyles took a 4th down screen pass 22 yards to the end zone. Hurricanes were led by fullback Otis Anderson, who ran for 137 yards, 80 yards of which were contributed to opening touchdown voyage. FSU nose guard Ron Simmons blocked punt returned 40 yards by Masak to tie game at 7-7. Miami used big play to regain lead as wide receiver James Joyner raced 48 yards on reverse. Win was the first in the series for Florida State coach Bobby Bowden after 2 losses. Win was first in the series for Florida State coach Bobby Bowden after 2 losses. Next, you got Georgia against Clemson, where Georgia beat Clemson 12-0. Bulldogs won hard-hitting affair as halfback Willie McClendon rushed for 122 yards. Kicker Rex Robinson hit 2 field goals, and quarterback Jeff Pyburn led 80 yards drive with opening possession of third quarter to finish off Clemson Tigers. Pyburn shook off pressure to fire 11 yards to wide receiver Carmen Prince for 11-yard touchdown to cap victory drive. Georgia defense limited Tigers quarterback Steve Fuller passing to 10 of 22, 137 yards, 2 interceptions. Outstanding Georgia cornerback Steve Warner had an interception on own 14-yard line in the fourth quarter. Recovered, fumbled, and broke up crucial pass to Clemson running back Warren Ratchford. Defensive back Ben Kelly, who had interception and end zone, wrapped up Bulldogs' win on game's final play by recovering fumble on own 19-yard line. Kentucky beat Baylor 25-21. Next, number 7 Southern California beat number 1 Alabama, the battle of 2 top 10 teams, 24-14. Trojans made unthinkable advances right on Alabama's back porch, running for 417 yards against the nation's number 1 team. USC tailback Charles White was main culprit, rushed for 199 yards. USC defense chipped in with second half goal line stand and 6 forced turnovers, including 4 interceptions, following huge blocks by guard Brad Buddy and wide receiver Calvin Sweeney. White opened scoring with 40-yard touchdown run midway through the first quarter, but Trojans led only by 10-7 in third quarter after 42-yard touchdown jump by Alabama halfback Major Ogilvy. Troy's left-handed Wizard quarterback Paul McDonald Wide receiver Kevin Williams then Burn tied for 2 touchdown passes. Second for 40 yards after Bama cornerback Don McNeil accidentally tipped ball into wide receiver's hands. Next, Michigan. Number 5 team in the country beat number 14 Notre Dame 28-14. Wolverines were determined to throw and paid off with 3 touchdowns passes in second half, all following turnovers to win first match of powerful Midwestern neighbors in 35 years. Inconsistent quarterback Rick Leach shook off 3 for 14 passing performance in the first half to complete 5 for 6 after halftime. Notre Dame halfback Vegas Ferguson lost fumble at Michigan 26-yard line in third quarter with Irish up 14-7, and his bobble right away changed the complexion of the game as Leach threw a 5-yard touchdown pass to tight end Doug Marsh to tie the game. First of his 2 touchdown connection with Marsh. Interceptions of quarterback Joe Montana set up Michigan's next 2 scores, including Leach's 40-yard touchdown pass to running back Ralph Clayton. Notre Dame had 6 disastrous possessions in the second half, 5 ending turnovers and another going haywire when University of Michigan defensive lineman Curtis Greer earned safety with sack. And finally, Kansas upset number 8 UCLA 28-24. Special teams carried the day for Jayhawks of Kansas as linebacker Buford Johnson forced 2 fumbles on kickoffs and wide receiver Jimmy Little returned punts 66 yards, all of which set up 3 touchdowns. Bruins were buried in stunning 3-minute span of second quarter when Kansas quarterback Jeff Hines completed a 51-yard pass to wide receiver Kevin Murphy to set up touchdown. Johnson's second forced fumble was converted into a touchdown, and Little's return led to touchdown for a 28-7 lead. UCLA rallied behind defense that allowed only 32 yards in the second half, and powerful runs of fullback Theotis Bigfoot Brown, who had 148 yards, 2 touchdowns on 23 carries, down 28-21 with ball on Kansas 8-yard line, and 4:49 remaining. Bruins opted for field goal on 4th and 6. As coach Terry Donahue had hope, his defense quickly held, but Jayhawks punter Mike Dumbach boom punt for 58 yards to put UCLA at its own 17-yard line. Kansas then sacked quarterback Rick Bayshore twice to finish off the Bruins. So that concludes a look at the week that was college football history. Review the 1978 college football season for week 3, the games that were played on September 23rd, 1978. Let's get into the AV poll as of September 25th. Number 20 was Stanford, 19 Georgia, 18 UCLA, 17 Iowa State, 16 Colorado, 15 Maryland, 14 Missouri, 13 Ohio State, 12 Nebraska, 11 Louisiana State. The top 10 round out is this: Florida State, number 10, number 9 Pittsburgh, number 8 Texas A&M, 7 Alabama, 6 Texas, 5 Penn State, number 4 was Michigan, number 3 was Southern California, number 2 Arkansas, and number 1 was Oklahoma. So that concludes a look at week 3, the games that were played on September 23rd, 1978. The week that was college football history. Review the 1978 college football